So, the Cancer parent. Okay. So, first of all, I always start with the energy. So you understand what you're dealing with. You're dealing with the moon. So the moon is the planet or the satellite, but in astrology we refer to it as a planet just to keep things nice and clean. So it deals with intuition, nurture. The moon is reflective. The moon is the moon is emotional. The moon is strong emotion. It's not just emotion for the sake of emotion, but it's cardinal because Cancer is a cardinal sign. And so the moon is strong. So I know a lot of times people look at like, oh, emotions are weak. But actually, if you have the ability to channel your emotions and use it positively and deeply feel the purest sense of feeling and emotion, that is actual strength. But you got to learn how to use the moon's energy. Don't let it use you. But that's for any planet. If you overcompensate for things instead of really tapping into the energy. But anyway, so the Cancer parent, remember, I always go back to understanding the astrology of things so you can better understand it. So Capricorn is their opposite sign. So I've done a video before about opposite signs. And so Capricorn is more about providing and the tangible and resources and, you know, those types of things, right? The protection of Cancer parents is more about home, safety. Do you feel safe? Are my children safe? It is more about, do they have what they need, right? And this type of closeness. So whether you're close with a Cancer parent or not, typically there's some type of warmth there. Even some people sometimes who like, oh, my parent was distant, or they weren't in my life growing up, or whatever the case may be, will still sometimes have this type of endearment for them, which other people sometimes don't understand. But again, with that Cancer cardinal energy, they have a good way of making people feel like they really care, because Cancer's parent is going to remember everything about their child. They're going to remember when you skinned your knee. They're going to remember when you used to do this or that. They're going to remember, how you used to be afraid of the dark. They're going to remember small little things, because Cancer energy is connected to roots and background and the fourth house and memory. Okay. So they're going to be, they use that to connect to people. Understanding, like Cancer parents are good with connecting with their kids on a more intimate level. So whereas a Capricorn might provide, or a Virgo might make sure all the doctor's appointments are done, the kids' records are in, their lunch is packed, they did their homework, whatever the case may be. Well, each sign shows love in a different way, and each person needs love in a different way. So there's really no sign that's better at it. But Cancer has this more pure emotional connection to their children where they make them feel important, right? Because they remember things, and because they are able to connect to you. They know what you truly like and want. That also is connected to that intuitive part. And so Cancer energy, but again, in order to be an evolved Cancer, male or female, because a lot of times people get really caught up with the terms masculine and feminine. Look, it's an energy. And everybody has in them masculine energy or feminine energy. Now, some people might have more of it, right, in them, and some people might express themselves more in one way or the other, but it's not a term for anyone to be offended by. You could be whatever identity you want to be and still have masculine energy, or have a lot of feminine energy, or express as one more so than the other. But truly having the energy, right? Because Cancer, whether you're male or female, is an emotional component to that. If you don't believe me, look at how a Cancer male gets upset. A lot of times, so here's what I mean. A Cancer male who is involved, a Cancer father, he's in tune with his emotional ability to connect to his children emotionally. He's in tune with that. He doesn't push that around. He doesn't say, I'm a father, I'm only supposed to provide. Like a Cancer male who is evolved, and I've seen this before. They love their kids. Like everybody loves their kids, but like there's a realness there, right? Like I'm not gonna be afraid to love my kids, because I'm not gonna just be of the older generation. Sometimes there are people who are like, I'm a provider, that's it, I'm not going to show my kids any affection. The fact that I work for them shows that I love them. And again, those people did, I'm sure, love their kids, but it's shown differently in other decades. And so an evolved Cancer male is not afraid to do that. An unevolved Cancer male, often you will, because remember, certain energy feel it, and I won't go too deep in this because it's about the parents. Certain energy feels more at home in certain people, right? So like, again, we can get to, when I do people's chart, I ask them a lot of questions about their identity, their expression, and that it's individualized. You see what I'm saying? But just like Aries energy is typically not comfortable in women. And I'll do a whole nother video about that. In water energy, I think Scorpio is the most comfortable in males. Actually, I think that Pisces and Scorpio are. Whereas Cancer, because it's such a strong emotional thing in a society, if you're taught that you're not supposed to show emotion, you can sometimes battle with that, and it can turn in reverse where you're trying to prove how aggressive or tough you are because you don't naturally have the energy within your chart. Now, again, a man can have a Cancer sun, a Aries moon, and all these Aquarius, placements, and Aquarius is also a masculine sign. So again, nobody should get caught up over masculine, feminine. I will break it down one day in a video. All right. But my point being is this. Typically with a Cancer parent, there is this natural urge, whether they're male or female, to really nurture and protect their children in not this kind of tough love way. Whereas I feel like other signs are more about tough love. The Cancer parent wants to truly protect their child. Now, sometimes too much, right? Sometimes too much to the point where the child needs some, not to be stifled. So that is something to watch out for if you're a Cancer parent, is like not stifling your children. And I don't think you intentionally need to do this, but Cancer people can be very demanding of people's affection. And without even saying it, sometimes like they have expectations. Now, I have Venus in Cancer, so I can understand a little bit about this Cancer energy. My Venus is in Cancer, but it's in the 11th house, so it's a little bit different, how it plays out. But Venus, Cancer, who they care about or who's in their life, they can be kind of demanding on what they think that person should do for them. And it is not about money necessarily, but it's about this love or this affection or attention. Like, so Cancer parents can sometimes, again, like I said, I think many of them can be very warm and again, have that a real connection to their child, a real connection. But you have to watch out, because the flip side for some people, and I've seen this before with a Cancer parent, that if the child strays sometime, again, don't get mad if it's not your mom or your dad. I'm not talking about you. Don't get mad. But sometimes they can be a little bit of pettiness. Like, and again, I've seen this before. Okay. So, where if you don't do what the Cancer parent wants you to do, there's a different side of them. It's that the moodiness, which we know Cancer can sometimes have. Sometimes you have to watch for that if you're a Cancer parent, of like, you feel so strong, and usually it's good. And usually it's good because, your kids feel supported, no matter what's going on in your life. You're able to give them that protection, that safeness. They know they can, wherever you are, like you care about them, right? You give them that nurturing, right? You're not about, well, get up and just fix your life. Go ahead and fix it. You're a nurturer. You're going to, and that's why sometimes I think like a Capricorn and Cancer relationship, parents could be good, because you're going to get that tough love from Capricorn that sometimes people need, because everything can't be hearts, hugs, and rainbows. You just got to do it, right? Like, you have that Capricorn energy and sometimes that Cancer energy where you get the nurturing and the love and support that you need. So sometimes I think that could be a good family dynamic if you have a Capricorn Cancer family, like, mom, dad, mom, whatever. The flip side of this is some Cancers have such demands on what they want from their children or in a partner. So again, it's important also, your children watch your relationships. And I think I might do a video on that one day. But like Cancer, your emotions affect everyone around you. People see how you feel. They know how you feel. And your kids know how you feel. So even if you're mistreating your partner, or you're arguing with your partner, or you're being, you're getting your Cancer mood where you're like really, kind of doing some passive aggressiveness, then that's not bad. There's other sides that do that too. But when you get to that point, your children are going to see this. And you have to understand that your emotions are so strong, people see them. And so that's why I say you gotta learn how to control it, because it's powerful. When you control an energy and you don't let it control you, it's powerful. You open up your ability to connect to your children. You open up the ability to connect to people. You are able to help people because you are genuinely able to express how you feel and build those relationships. But what ends up happening, Cancer, is sometimes, especially with your children too, that you can like break down, get upset about something, and then you have to build the relationship back up, right? But like I said, with the Cancer parent, when they get upset, especially if they really feel slighted by their children, sometimes there can be a side where there's favoritism to one child or the other. Again, I've seen that play out, okay, with people before. And so, in that case, y'all have to kind of, make sure that you're not doing that. And also, because everything's about emotion with a lot of you, sometimes you're not seeing the reason is something you have to focus on. Now, again, it depends on your whole chart, meaning like everything's an emotional response. So sometimes you forget to look at the facts, or you forget to look at like how something even came about. So maybe it's really not their fault. Maybe your child, it's not that they didn't want to come to your birthday party, but they were going through something, or something happened, or they didn't have the money to get to you, and now you're upset with them, but you didn't really fact check like what happened, what went on, because you are driven by an emotional impulse. All right, so again, that's on the negative side, but I do want to kind of put that out there, because a lot of times people look at signs as pure. Oh, the sign is the nicest sign, it's the sweetest sign, it's this, is that. It's like Cancer energy can be great, especially the women and the men too, but like because Cancer works more authentically within the female, sometimes it's just a more natural expression, where men really have to tap into that. Again, it depends on the individual, right? But that is a general thing that typically happens. And so, they have this doting way about them. They make sure whatever their child needs, they're going to have it in some way or some form. And there's this need to protect their children. Again, watching Cancer, overprotecting your kids. You're not the only sign that does that. Who else did I say did that? I said, who else did that? I said Capricorn can sometimes do that. I said Virgo can sometimes do that. Taurus, I think I said Taurus. Earth signs sometimes. And I think, I forgot, there's another video I talked about this, I think in the Sag parent video. But sometimes you can, because you care so much, you care so deeply. And, you see your children as you. Like, it's almost like Cancer parents see their children as them. And so there's this need to like, sometimes I'll give them that opportunity to understand life outside the confines of your home, or outside of you and what you've taught them and what you've given them. And so that is something just quick. Again, if you need further, analysis of your chart, or how your relationship with your Cancer parent was, or you as a Cancer parent yourself, please, send me, write a comment, or you can email me at amethystvirgo@gmail.com, and I will reply to you, and we can see about booking a potential reading. Thank you for watching.